Finally, chapter 159 is out, and it's definitely one of the wildest chapters of the series. Of course, this directly follows Ruby getting stabbed. But if you saw the spoilers, then you know what actually happened. Lots of good character interactions in this chapter, especially the one at the end, which might be one of the biggest twists yet, or nothing at all. But yeah, I'm just gonna start with the chapter. It begins right where we left off last chapter, but with us seeing that was indeed Nino who stabbed Ruby. She actually apologizes to Ruby, but also says that she can't allow her to surpass Ai. If Ai doesn't remain the best, then all the things they've done will be meaningless, even the deaths of everyone they've killed. So that's why Ruby must die here. However, Nino then realizes that the knife didn't pierce all the way through before Ruby grabs the hand with the knife and holds it up. Then immediately after, Ichigo himself shows up behind Nino and tackles her to the ground, as he says there's no way he'd repeat the same mistakes. There's no way he'd let Ruby suffer the same fate as Ai. But then an even crazier reveal happens, as it turns out that wasn't Ruby at all. It was Akane, who was wearing a wig and stab-proof vest. There are two others with her, but I'm still not sure who they are right now. At least they're witnesses if they do decide to bring this to the police. Meanwhile, Ichigo tells Nino that Ruby's probably at the stage getting ready for the B-Komachi performance at this moment. Yet, Nino doesn't even seem bothered, as she just asks how Ichigo has been doing. This really might be the first time they've seen each other in years. However, Ichigo isn't having it as he rages at Nino, questioning if this is how she planned to take revenge against Ai. Ichigo figured back then that some of the members were in contact with their fans too. Like we see Ryosuke meet with Nino, and it looks like Takamine at a restaurant. Ichigo also knew back then that Nino was dating Ryosuke. The person she loved was also her biggest fan, who then switched to Ai. Ichigo knew that must have hurt a lot. Nino had to watch the man she loved fall for Ai, and it got to the point where he would even kill Ai himself. However, Nino actually stops Ichigo, saying that he's wrong. Turns out Nino had actually forgiven Ryosuke, because she came to realize that Ai is the greatest idol in the world. If someone can't like Ai, then that would actually be weird, according to Nino. Then Nino reveals that when she told him to just go die, Ryosuke followed her order obediently, which you see with this crazy panel that I'm not even sure I can show fully here with Ryosuke's body. Nino says that this wasn't about revenge. Her heart had been completely taken by Ai, while Ryosuke's soul had been led away by Ai. It's crazy how far their feelings about Ai took them. Assuming Ai was just an ordinary girl, Nino questions what they were this whole time. She really just wanted Ai to remain special. However, Ichigo still isn't having it. He won't sympathize with Nino like this. Yet, Nino believes Ichigo also hopes that Ai will remain the perfect and ultimate idol forever. But then Akane mentions that Ruby said that Ai just wanted to be normal friends with Nino. Hearing that, Nino chuckles softly before beginning to cry. She would have liked to be normal friends with Ai too. Then Akane asks if Nino could just tell them. She wants to know who on earth actually made Nino and Ryosuke do all this. Honestly, respect to Akane for maintaining her composure in this situation and asking the real questions. It seems like Nino might not actually be the true mastermind after all, but someone else. As for who that is, we'll have to wait to find out, as we cut to some amazing panels of the B-Komachi concert with Ruby, Kana, and Memcho. B-Komachi is popping off in this performance. After all, this is Kana's final performance as well, and it seems like she even gives the crowd a speech with tears in her eyes. In the end, Kana really did love being an idol. Then to wrap it all up, Ruby finally does the iconic eye pose from the cover of Volume 1. Definitely an all-time performance, even Hikaru would be proud of. We actually see Hikaru watching his daughter's performance live on his phone, and he asks his son if he wants to watch it with them. Aqua explains how he's been trying to find a way to save Hikaru, like I wished, but it's already too late. He's also wearing a hood to hide his appearance, most likely, and calls Hikaru a liar, who has spread numerous lies just for his own sake. Bro basically just called his father a fraud, but him, Karu, just smirks before turning around and asking Aqua what is he yapping about now. And that's how the chapter ends, with Hikaru having a cheerful but psycho expression on his face. I can't tell if Hikaru seriously doesn't know what Aqua's talking about, or if Hikaru has actually been putting on an Oscar-worthy performance this entire time. Like, it would be crazy if Hikaru was faking his reaction to Ai's video. Or maybe this just has to do with Hikaru being the true mastermind, manipulating Nino and Ryosuke this whole time. Either way, Aqua admitted that he can't follow Ai's wishes, because it's too late, which means revenge could be back on the table. Perhaps this is the reason why Aqua showed up with a cloak on, one that actually looks very similar to the one he wears in Mephisto, the name of Enden 1 in the anime. That could actually be insane foreshadowing. Aqua might really be planning to murder Hikaru right here, in what seems like the middle of nowhere. It doesn't seem like anyone could stop Aqua now, since they all should be preoccupied at the moment. Well, unless they caught Nino in the morning, and they kinda realized what Aqua was up to. Since it's night now, maybe they're already nearby. However, it could just be that Hikaru has just lied so much and done so many crimes that even Aqua doesn't know how to save him. And Hikaru's just so broken that he doesn't know what to do now, so Aqua's just given up on Ai's final request. It is kinda sad though that this is how Aqua and Akane are spending their Christmas. Even with the protection, Akane still risked her life by letting Nino stab her. She spent her day with Ichigo, and probably Aqua setting up a criminal. I knew Akane wanted to spend her Christmas with the boy, but I hope this is not what she meant by that. Then there's Aqua chilling by the ocean, outside a forest in the middle of nowhere with his dad. At least they're getting some father-son bonding time at Christmas, although I don't think Hikaru brought his son the present he wanted. At least the B-Komachi trio got to have a good time, especially Kana for her last performance. Surprisingly, the performance went on without a hitch, except Aqua is not there to see it. Bro really didn't go to watch Kana's last performance. I do wonder how she would feel about that, because if you remember, she actually asked Aqua to make sure he will watch it. However, this is also the choice Hikaru was talking about, and Aqua may have chosen to kill or even save his father instead. Of course, I also have to give Ichigo and especially Akane a shout out for the setup they pulled off. This is insanely risky for Akane because it wasn't a guarantee Nino would stab her in the chest. If Nino went for another part of Akane's body, she may have been in trouble. I do figure Ichigo may have stepped in from behind though if he realized. Although Akane may not have planned this whole thing, I do think we have to give Akane a ton of credit for putting her life on the line for Ruby. Hopefully you see the twins actually thank her. But yeah, do y'all think Hikaru is actually going to be the final antagonist for real now? And will Aqua actually try to kill him here? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. I got some more Shinko content here too that you can check out. Peace.